says I got two people in here waiting. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there we go. Although I think one of them is me. Because I see me up there. Hey, James. There we go. If you go see me looking up this way, I got a big TV up there. A whole lot easier to read on my old eyes than that little big screen in front of me. So, how are y'all doing tonight? Sorry for the lack of content as of late. No injuries this time. That's good. Just getting caught up from where I was injured. Hey, boy. Miss you. Hope you had fun on your camp trip. Hey, Billy. We got Mr. Yamez. How are you? Miss Denise. Miss Monica. Well, that's good. Because you know what's going to happen this weekend, and he knows why we've been a little behind. So, for y'all who don't know, my shop is a bloody mess. Why? Because my shop is my storage shed. Until that, the boy is working on his Eagle project, and I'm very proud. Well, let me rephrase it. He's working on his last step so that he can go for his Eagle project, and I'm very proud of it. One of the things he has to do, though, is build something that's going to last. That's an old dog kennel. We started putting a roof and framing. We're going to hopefully finish it this weekend. And then this crap's coming out of my shop, and my shop's going to be my shop, and it's happy Bob. Hey, JT, darling. So, probably no video this weekend. That's why I want to try to get a live out. Hey, Neil. Well, Neil, I understand that one completely, brother, and you enjoy your time with your family, because going through what I have in the last couple of years, I can tell you, spend all the time you can with your family. So, but anybody who follows me on Instagram or on Facebook probably recognizes seeing these. These are my hammers that I've made this past weekend. I was gonna film it, but I needed to buckle down and get it done. Hey, Evan. So that's what I did. I took a little advice from Dan Moss's latest video and did something I don't normally do, and I hope that turns out pretty well, is that I actually made sure that I took the faces to as close as a mirror polish as I'm going to take them. It's way more than I normally do. So I'm very happy with how they turned out. Hey, Corey, Mr. Gordon. So, for y'all who know, this is the hammer that Miss Caitlin won from Ouroboros Armory from my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. She wanted a straight beam, so that's hers. Other two are commissions that I got asked to make. So I did what I feel to be the best work I've done to date on them. I still need improvement. And one thing I have done that I needed to. I reached out and did something that I probably tell people to do all the time, is get an opinion. If you think you've done your best, find somebody you think is better. Get them to look at it. So I did that. I took these pictures of these hammers and I sent them to Dan Moss. And I asked Dan for an honest opinion. Now, when I say I asked for an honest opinion, I didn't ask for a sugar-coated, you did an attaboy job. I asked for God's honest truth. Shred it apart if you have to, but I need to know what I need to do to improve in order to get better. And he did. He did it very tastefully, very tactfully, and I'm very appreciative of what he did. But sometimes you gotta be willing to eat a little crow in order to grow. So I've had my surfing on one hammer. One hammer. That was an hour discussion on that one hammer. One. I asked him about all three. I still want my review, and he still agreed to give me my review of all three, but come on. I'm back. Too many kids using the internets around here. They act like they're stuck in for some reason. Like you can't go nowhere. I don't know why. Lost everybody. Yay! Oh, wait a minute. There y'all are. Sorry. I actually picked up on the wrong internet. I thought I was on. My bad. Oh. Whew. Disaster averted. So, how's everybody been? What we got going on? Keeps freezing. Yeah, my internet was bad. It shouldn't be bad now. I ain't got time to run lines. Got too much other stuff. You're the expert at digging with roots. Come on. Mobile phone. That's supposed to be the fun part of this. There's cell phone signal everywhere. Too close to the airport. Is it freezing up again? What we got, Dylan? I think we are all about that. Hopefully not. I'm out. Just ask for the upgrade. Hey, I got a picture again. Yay. Dan said I needed better internet apparently. Let's see if I can do this. Hey, it says I'm live. Let's see if it stays live. I killed my internet provider completely on straight mobile. Let's find out if this works any better. All right, the TV screen looks like I'm normal. Well, normal for me. I'm back. I refreshed it. Well, good. Hopefully this will last a little bit better. So, I saw Evan asked if he's still in here. Evan, are you still in here? I hope so. You asked what Mr. Moss said. He gave me kudos on some stuff and gave me other issues to work on. Some of them I think are major, some I think are a little minor, but oh, there you go. So yeah, so he kind of, I mean, he gave me an honest critique. I asked for it. There were some issues that he said for where I'm at, I need to improve. For others that I did really well. So, I mean, that's kind of the risk you take when you go to somebody like that and ask for an honest opinion, because you have to understand there's people that are honest, and there's people who think they want an honest opinion, and there's people who don't. I'm used to being the one that's given the honest opinion. At work, that's kind of what I'm known for. So it was very weird to be on the other end of the shoot, but also coming from the background that I have, I am very willing to take the criticism that I need to take in order to get better. So that's the biggest thing you got to realize. A lot of times it seems harsh and you think people are picking on you, but take in mind how they're saying it and who's saying it. That's the biggest thing. Be willing to reach out, because you never know who would be willing to offer you information. I've talked to Sam Towns Bladesmith about my hammers, because he actually has one, as well as he makes them. I've talked to Hans Groff, who's a good friend of mine, but Dan, in my opinion, is the first classically trained, I guess I would call it. I mean, he actually went to school for it, so to me, Dan's a level that is what it is. So, I asked, I got, and in the long run, I'm happy I got it. I now know where I need to improve. So, don't ask for inflation. I know. And that's true, Corey. I mean, I was stepping up there thinking, this is the best stuff I've put out there. I'm tickled crapless with it. Let me see what somebody who ain't me thinks of it, that has that eye. So I did, and he did. But like I said, he did it respectfully. He did it pleasantly, but he didn't sugarcoat it. But I asked him not to. I'm not a sugar-coated advice person. I want somebody to give me advice. I want them to give it to me. I like straightforward. Beating around the bush to me normally means you're trying to figure out how not to hurt my feelings, and I don't have too many of those left. The guys I worked with when I started off as an apprentice kind of killed them, mainly the ones that I had left that my family hadn't killed. Hey Rob, how are y'all? Well, I'm glad you love your hammer, Mr. Dana. I haven't got any complaints about my hammers, but stylized and aesthetically, it's me. I want to get better. I look at Dan Moss, I look at Whiskey Turtle, I look at Seth Woods over in Australia, and there's so many guys out there that do beautiful hammers that I would like to get to that level. I would like one day to be able to be stated in that list. I'm not there. I know I'm not there, but that's my goal. I want to get to that point where somebody goes, that's a Bob hammer. I know a B&B hammer when I see it, and I want one. I know there's people out there that are like that now. Hey, Alan. What is? Mr. Coffee. So, that is how it goes. I mean, like I said, you got to be willing to take the good with the bad. I was given what I asked for, and like I said, I'm not hurt by it. He gave me what I needed to know to grow, so that's where I'm going. Uh, yeah, I mean, and that's just it, Evan. I mean, and I don't know how many hammers you've done, but you're doing some killer work, man. The last one been working on was looking great, and I know people kind of go, "Is he sugarcoating it?" No, I mean, if I don't like it, then I'm not gonna say anything. I don't give people attaboys. I come from the if you ain't got nothing nice to say generation, then don't say nothing. So I either say good job or I don't. So for everybody that wonders what my handle coloring is, that's all it is. It's colored stain. I get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever. You can get them to color match whatever you want. I used to do some woodworking when my grandfather, before he passed away, taught me how to do a lot of woodworking. Well, when he passed away, I inherited all of his equipment, which I don't have room for in this shop, even if I didn't have a blacksmith shop in here. He actually made big furniture. So I learned how to make a lot of stuff. So I used to make steps for friends of mine who were having kids for like going up to the sink. And I did colors, so that's where all the colors came from. Now, it's not a lasting finish, it's gonna run off. Hey, Jared! Hey, Bobby, how are you? So, like I said, it's just I missed you guys. I hadn't, like I said, I hadn't been able to do videos. I hadn't really had a lot of chance to poke in on a lot of live streams that I've been missing. Um, Trying to get caught up from when my back was messed up, and then working with the boy trying to get his last project finished so he can go for his Eagle project, and then he can be done with all the non-fun stuff of Boy Scouts. At this point, once he gets that, he can do whatever he wants, which I would think would make it fun or funner. But that's just me. I just want him to get the Eagle. So this weekend's going to be hopefully finishing up that shed, which is ultimately going to help me out because it's getting all this crap that ain't my shop out of my shop, which is going to allow me to grow my shop. I've got some stuff that's going to happen here hopefully shortly. My forge is about shot. I need to reline it. I can't really gripe. I haven't lined it since I got it, and it will be 3 come November, I think is when I got it. End of October, beginning of, no, sorry, December. I got it in December. This year will be 3 years ago. So, I need to reline it. I've already started ordering stuff to reline it. I've also actually reached out to my good friend John Coffey, and I'm gonna get me the forge I want. I'm gonna keep this as a backup, and if nothing else, go to my son. He's almost got his mom talked into letting him have a shop at his house. And there you go, Wayne. And I mean, and that's just it. I mean, when I first did it, I didn't know I could do it. They said no. And Wayne, a tip there: if you go online or go into on your phone or computer, whatever, look up Boston centerless mass calculator. What that'll do is you pick a shot and the size of the material. That doesn't. It's going to be a little play in it because of what it is, but you use that, it'll actually calculate. That's how I calculate what lengths I need to cut for what hammers. So this is about 1.75 pounds. That's about 2.5 pounds. They're both the same stock. That's a 3-inch piece. That's a 4-inch piece. So cutting off an inch dropped 3/4 of a pound. So it's small things like that. Later, Dana. So small things like that help out. I'll be honest, Ting is the one that turned me on to that calculator. I know Hans Groff uses it also, but that's where I got it from at first. Where's my whack-a mallet? Oh, there's my whack-a mallet. So the funny part is the individual who's getting this hammer is actually in the chat, or at least he was. I've seen his name pop up. I'm still here. Well, I won't say whose it was, but he did so. That's Jared's. He's been getting progress pictures. I try to do that with everybody. So that's what she could look like, man. Come on. We there? Hello? Come on. Quit being stupid. Come on. You know you want to. Come on. Y'all can hear me, I'm assuming. Yes, Dad. Oh, okay. Then it's just my stuff that's being goofy then. John, biggest thing I'm looking to put in my forge. When I get ballsy enough, I want to be able to make a 12-pound sledgehammer. So that'd be what, about a 6-inch billet? 6 by, no, 2 by 2 by 4 is, what's that? 2 by 2 by 4 is 2 pounds, so it'd have to be bigger than that. So probably a 6 by 6, roughly. You make a 5-pound mallet, or you made a 5-pound. Where did you make a 5-pound mallet? At Boy Scout camp? that's kind of it. I mean, the biggest problem is right now my forge is so small. When I was doing the 3 of these, I literally had to do one at a time. I'd like to be able to throw 3 billets in and get them hot, or multiple billets and get them hot. I also would like to do. I mean, everybody knows I want to get into axes. I've got some crazy ideas for some axes. Neil's Ogren with like the Viking battle axe. I mean, so you're talking a blade 8 to 10 inches wide. So I was thinking like an inside, like 12 inside box. I mean, from what I remember, John, of yours, yeah, that should pretty well work. Is that what you did it for? I will try not to, Bill. Trust me. I can honestly tell you that's always on number one on my priority list is not to do that. So for y'all who don't know what I am doing, I scorch them. Now I don't scorch as in black like most people do. I pop the grain. If you've ever seen people do the new thing, which I think is awesome, is you take plywood and put it on your floor, and then take a weed burner and burn it anywhere that there's a edge. It burns. There's other places that don't, and then you clear coat it. It looks beautiful. I like that look. Same thing, but when I do it with the stain, if it shows, the grain pops through anywhere that's light, gets color. Just makes it look neat. I wish I could make it last that way, but the only way I know to do that is to shellac it, and I hate shellac on a hammer handle. I go through a lot of trouble to get it off the hammers, so I'm not going to add it to it. What did I do with it? So, and if you haven't figured out, I have a color scheme for my hammers. Diagonal pins are green, ball pins are blue. My rest of my pins, cross or straight, are red or burgundy. Just to give you a idea. So, none, and then with it. I hope that you can. Come on. There we go. Airplanes must be getting ready to land. And yes, I live that close to the airport that their signals will screw screwed with my phones. Gonna come back up. Are you gonna stay up this time? Later, Jared. I have not seen Curiosity lately, no. He kind of does this every so often, and then all of a sudden he'll start popping back in. And that's the blue handle. Smacking hammer. Alright. So now for the fun part. Where the hell are my cups? Fold. No, but John, the salt planes have been pretty cool. Hey, Dragon Water. So, everybody's got their own way of doing wedges and what they use to seal their wedges. There's glues and all this other happy stuff. Do you use a wood glue? Do you use a regular glue? What kind of glue do you use? Some people use a two-part epoxy. actually tried something a long time ago and found out it works kind of the best, at least in my opinion, for what I'm doing. It's very messy though. So there's that. But what you saw me pick up was a jug of fiberglass resin. Yeah, resin. Like you used to make fiberglass. Partner. And I'm sure there's people out there that are going, what in the world is he smoking? But I ventured into making marcata at one point. And you use fiberglass resin for that. And the reason that you do it is that resin binds hard as a rock. I actually took 2 slivers of wood, 2 or 3 of those, soaked them in resin, put them in my vise, let them cure, after which I set them like this and smacked them. They shattered, they went in every direction, but they did not split a single bit against the seams. None of the seams blew apart. You would think if I took this and glued it, that if I hit one, it would shear. It didn't. It actually split that way, it split every which way, but it would not shear where the hardener or the fiberglass had hardened. So ever since then, that's what I use. Set. Now, you'll get a little loud. Come back on. There you go. Don't like that one. Much better. And before I get anybody said that these are sunglasses, no, they're not. They're actually just safety glasses. Wow. Now, I know everybody has an opinion when it comes to a safety wedge. Some don't put them in until the handle loosens. I come from a household where we always have them, so I always put one in. I do the same vibe. They ain't coming out, no. But that one kind of cool. It kept the, you can kind of see some of the temper colors in it. Now I end up charring the top of these so they don't stay that color because it looks odd with everything else. Oh, absolutely. I mean, nobody. I like putting the videos out. I've explained it in the past. I do it more for the sake of I'm a visual and audio learner. I don't learn good from books. I have a form of dyslexia. So for me, being able to watch what I do and going back and looking at it helps me see where I went wrong. So a lot of times I do videos, I'm actually doing them for me. That's why a lot of the stuff that I do on videos are first times I do things. And I keep doing them until I get good at them. And then I move on to something else. My shop in my little tiny backyard. And that's just it. I mean, I can tell you this, getting used to talking to the phone, even though I'm talking to y'all, takes some getting used to. Go back and look at some of my earlier videos. It was very forced looking. It took a while to get used to it. Um, and I'm just, I forget how many videos I've got out now, but I think I'm over 100. I think. I'm pretty sure I am. I don't know. I'm close if I haven't. But if you're not used to teaching or instructing or anything like that, it gets weird. And being the fact that you're inside a building by yourself talking to an inanimate object like it actually is going to respond to you, takes a little getting used to. Um, Unless you're Yamaz, then you're just used to talking to yourself, so, it comes natural. We all love picking on Yamaz because it's just fun to pick on Yamaz. So, there they are. Here's Bob. See, that's the weird crap that goes through my brain that y'all normally don't get in videos because I delete that out because I look like an idiot enough. I don't need to help myself out by doing silly stuff like that. So, now that I can actually somewhat pay attention to y'all, more so than I was, I see Bob making Bob's making my hammer. Bob would be willing to make anybody a hammer. All you have to do is reach out to Bob. Really? I'm hoping I can do it from here. Come on. Ha! Let's see if I can, by aiming it closer to the big door, I get a better signal. But so there's the cute little baby, 1 1/4. That's my first time doing it out of the inch and a half stock that I have. Words, sentences, things that make sense. I did a little bit of a different style on my peen. I kind of like it. I've been given some do, some don't, but the person that's going to says he likes it. Straight peen. Y'all know me. I like a fat peen. Aim it at the camera. But I will say I'm happy with all of them. But out of all of them, this one here is by far my favorite. Let's see if I can get. There we go. Now y'all can see the blues and the colors. There you go. So that in line with that looks pretty good. I gotta let these dry a little bit more, and then they're gonna get a coat of bold linseed oil. That's how I finish all of mine off. That was something else I learned. If you don't use bold linseed oil or some type of oil, wooden handles, you should be going through every couple months and oil at least every couple months and oiling your hammers, your handles, oil the faces, oil the bodies. Bob, I have a question for you, but we'll send it on Messenger. Okay, Miss Denise. Question: does 4140 have enough nickel on my way? Contrast. Did you say against? Come on. Contrast against 1040 to etch. No, I don't believe so. I've done a little bit of 4140 in etching. It etches very lightly. It's almost gray. I can't get it above. I haven't tried a coffee etch on it, but I have done. I've got some thin stock of 4140 that I got from a friend of mine, But I've used it before, and like I said, it etches gray. So it's kind of a weird thing that you can do a high carbon like a 1070, 1095, anything like that to get your dark etch. You can do a nickel or do it, and then do a um, like a 5160. I mean, yeah, or your high nickel, and you'll end up with three different colors, kind of. Just the 4141 etch is good. Or unless Sully just really, you got it to etch that dark, Sully? You must have better acid than me. Every time I've done it, it's come out like gray. Well, bye, Mr. Coffee. Go get some sleep, brother. I know how you go to bed for like a couple hours and that's it. Huh. Which is weird because I guarantee you're using the same stock that I'm in, I would think. The stuff from Dan. Did you do a coffee etch on that one, Sully? Hmm. Wonder what I'm doing different then. Unless you did a coffee etch, and that's one thing I haven't tried on mine. 15 and 20 in a hammer. I know the Damascus hammers are made from it. Nope, just you must have better acid than me. Because yeah, mine doesn't do it that well. Well, bye, Bill. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I made mine too. But, I'm not mad scientist like you. Bye, Neil. So, yeah, it may just be my acid isn't strong enough or something. I don't know. But he would. Night, Gordon. Thanks for hanging around, sir. Doesn't make it. No, mine doesn't make a little mushroom pop up. At least I hope not. I know it does better if I warm it up. Which mine did. This ain't the 60s, and I wasn't alive for them either. So, so I don't play with mushrooms unless they come on a pizza, and I ain't found none of them good ones on pizza yet. So, hey, I appreciate a good smart ass. You know, it's better to be. It's always better to be a smart ass than a dumb ass. And trust me, this world's full of the latter ones, so we need a few more of the further ones. Hans! Ah, poor guy. Remind me not to eat pizza at your house then, Denise. How are you, Mr. Hans? The world renowned, award winning Smith, that is, the Charming Hollow Forge. Speaking of a dumb. Hey! You are not a dumbass, brother. Anybody that can come up with that crap that you did ain't no dumbass. Now remember, I work in some very sensitive areas that may not not appreciate me having a special kind of pizza. I guess I'm not leaving. Well, that happens to you also, John. Y'all are a trip. Y'all are a trip. So yeah. So hopefully I can get this other shop finished, and then the disaster zone that is my shop right now can start getting uncluttered. Yeah, bad words. Don't need bad words. I use enough of them at work. Yeah, John, I don't think you go through quite as many P tests, background checks, and stuff that I go through on any given week. I mean, one of the jobs I do go on is our state um, forensics lab, and I have gone into their drug vault. Hey, Matt! And I can tell you this: I've never smoked weed. Honest truth, I've never done anything outside of tobacco and alcohol. I've never tried any of the drugs. I don't like regular medication. I don't like the way it makes me feel. So I've never understood the joy of let's get high and feel like you're on pain pills. Don't get it. Not my thing. Yours, hey, to each their own. I know guys that smoke and it's good for them to smoke. But I can tell you this: as a former police officer, I'm trained to know what marijuana smells like. Now, I also know, coming from the area in which I grew up, where um, I was a minority, and especially a minority in the sense of someone who didn't use drugs in the area that I went to school. So, now, nothing hard. Most of my buddies were potheads. I know the difference between good weed and bad weed. And boy, hmm, yeah, you get the munchies the next room over when they pop the door to the bolt. I mean, it's that potent. I've also been around when a guy seized 3.5 pounds of hydroponic. I've also seen a Kia Coke come out of a car. That one I don't understand. Never failed a drug test in my life. Go figure. I know buddies of mine that are like they can smoke 2 days before, take a pee test, and they don't pop positive. I could probably eat a damn stupid bagel on the way to a job site and not fucking pop positive. That's just my luck, though. My own mama even says if it weren't for bad luck, I would have no luck. It just says it was bacon powder. No, that was legal here. Oh, you're in one of those states. Supposedly, well, they didn't. They declassified it here where I'm at. It's not legal, but it's basically like a $25 fine if you get caught with what's considered possession. So simple possession. You don't even get it. You don't even have to go to court for it. Flux. Now that's the funny part. Nowadays, I could see me getting pulled over with a canister full of flux and trying to explain to an officer that it is not cocaine. That I could see happening way more than the actual use of the real stuff. Especially since I also like to carry the things that YouTube doesn't like you to talk about. It's the second thing on a very important piece of paper. I'm very pro second thing on a very important piece of paper. YouTube's doesn't like it though. Hey Angus, Yeah, what he said. He's very pro second thing on the paper thingy too. But he only gets to do that at Daddy's house. One of these days, I'm gonna get him up there at Hans's so he can go play with some some other people's. Hey, all I got to say is if y'all don't know who Jared Russell is, y'all to go check out the person he's supporting because apparently she says if she gets elected and you can afford to buy an A1 Abrams tank, you can own it. Just saying. Joe Johannesson, she's an independent liberal, not a liberal. Don't call her a bad word like a liberal. She's an independent. Libertarian. That's the word, libertarian. But yeah, they actually had a conversation. Joe Johannesson, I believe is how you pronounce her name. If you look up who is running on the libertarian ticket, she'll pop up. But yeah, one of the things that she has said is she wants to do away with the ATF and the anti 2A laws that are on the books, and if you can afford it to own it and can do so as a non-felon, then you should be able to own it with nobody telling you otherwise. You know, I did too, Hans. It's weird how that keeps happening. People keep telling me they keep losing them in an unfortunate boating accident. All of them. I mean, they just all. All I was trying to do was go duck hunting. uh. Shut up, boy. Cat thief. I'm out. Oh, is he? The kitty cat thief is coming. I thought he was last weekend. You have to push back. I need to make a pinto beans. We call that a backfire. What do you mean you got to apply for one? I mean, I know they're trying some crazy crap where we just can't own them, but I haven't been told I have to apply for one. I can still go buy one. Well, that sucks. Hmm. But, uh, so, what y'all been making? Oh, you got one of them in the mail? Did it throw out your back, your lady's back carrying that in? Lots of little metal stuff. We're working on a fireplace set and stand. Very cool, James. Mr. Duncan, very cool. I've been working on a couple of mini. Angus, yeah, you've been posting pictures of them on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen them. They're looking pretty good. Trying to make an axe. Do you know who Niels Ogren is? If not, look him up on YouTube. It's NILSORGIN, I believe, Ogren. Niels Ogren on Instagram and also on YouTube. He's, I got ready to say Swedish. He's not Swedish. He's Danish? He's Viking. He's a Viking. Let's just call him a Viking. There you go. OREN, that's it. Check him out. He's got some pretty cool how-to videos that he explains, doing a drifted and a folded axe. He's a very good teacher in that. And thank you, Angus. Because, yeah, trust me, I'm still trying to learn how to do those. That's when I started. I never finished it, but it was in the start process. That was number 2. As many things sit in my shop, have started, never finished. What did Sully say? Finished my 20 stabby thing, cable Damascus. Well, you have a lot of. Somebody's got a lot of these to finish up. That's what somebody has a lot of to finish up. And that's not this somebody, that's the other one. Since y'all have social distancing meetings now, you'll see Michael. You need to at least finish his. And if y'all haven't figured out, yes, I give my son that much crap. My dad did it to me. It makes good character on you. If you kill the sensitivity early enough, they don't understand what feelings are. How bad? You made it for him, what, a month and a half ago? A month at least. Oh, ain't no problem, Angus. Glad you were able to stop in, catch some of it. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing it. I hadn't done anything in a while. Knew me and him, the boy, were going to be busy doing framing this weekend. Hopefully finishing off this shed so that this gets emptied and actually starts looking like a proper blacksmith shop. Because I've got some stuff coming. I've got some stuff to make. If you don't, up there, and that's a VFD drive and the bottom end of a treadmill. Because right now I have that for a grinder, and it's way better than that for a grinder, but it's yeah, two things, Aaron, that don't exist in this world today: thick skin and a good sense of humor. I'm learning that. That's what he tells me. See? There's other people that'll tell you the same thing. Your pop does it to you too, so it's a family thing, boy. Get over it. My uncle. Yeah, Uncle John loves giving you a hard time. I got a sense of humor, gotta have. For as many kids as you have, if you didn't have a sense of humor, you'd have a drinking problem, Denise. I don't know, if I had as many kids as you had, I'd probably have a drinking problem and a sense of humor. I hate humor. Are you sure? I heard something today about a Speedo, and I was pretty sure it was involving you. I don't see why. You know what? Now I get that. You know, so you're not into sense of humor. You're into horror. That's what it is, Matt. Okay, got it. Uh oh. Now the boy's sending me text messages. What's these? I don't have a problem. I pretty well got most of my issues figured out. And I just agree to let them be what they are. Ugh. Well, my sister has more than me, but she has girls. The oldest one is, well, the oldest one was okay because she was a tomboy. Now she's scaring me because I think she's becoming a bad word. And I'm not going to say it. It makes me sad. The other one is very girly girly, and I'm girly girly is not me. I love her to death. Now I do think it's funny that my little girly girly one is also my kung fu karate chopping board breaking karate kid, but with her nothing surprises me. My sister used to send me pictures of her when she was little, and she'd come around and have these glasses that were this big, a pink and blue polka dotted shirt, blaze orange leggings, some bug boots, and a tutu, and go, "I'm a superstar." I don't know how I would have dealt with that. Well, don't do that, Matt. I've seen you. You ain't got enough freaking butt to lose 20 pounds. I'd send you some of mine to lose, but I can't seem to ship it away. Yeah, he's gonna have a black toenail and it's gonna fall off. That poor kid of yours, or grandbaby of yours, or is it both of them? Either one of them's really bad on himself, or they're both really bad to themselves. I lost 20 pounds. Taco Bell. Teach me that. Well, no, I don't want you to teach me that trick because I know how you lost 20 pounds at Taco Bell. I was gonna say I go to Taco Bell and I gained weight, but that's just me. So don't touch your face. I hate that mess. They tell you don't touch your face, and then they tell you to wear a mask. So what you do all day is touch your face. Blistered. Oh Lord. I like how I get pictures from my kid. I don't know what they are because I'm on my phone, so I can't open them. But apparently it said blistered. God only knows what he's done to himself. All right, well, I appreciate y'all stopping by. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. Uh, Hopefully, I can get these bugs worked out so the stuff don't keep dropping in and out like it is. No, blessed and cursed. Oh, sorry. Sorry. It like popped up and I swiped it away, boy. I don't reads good. You know that. Well, have fun, y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping by and hanging out with my goofy butt while I sat in here and did this. And y'all gave me some entertainment, and even with doing this, because I'm not quite sure what time it is. What time is it? Somebody know? Tell me what time it is. Up 9:12. Okay. So, night, bud. I'll see you third Friday. I'm coming to get you Friday. So, be ready to work. 9 p. All right. So, just so y'all have an idea, I average between 3.5, 4 hours per hammer. So, to do these three the way I did them, when I started this live stream, I had 3 hours to do it. I did it in way less than 60, so I got it down to about 3 hours a hammer. Surprised the daylights out of me. So I'm happy with that too. So I got that well done and did it that quick. So hopefully I'll be doing some stuff. Like I said, gonna be hanging out with him. So maybe do a pop in live unexpected this weekend if we get a chance to do anything. But I highly doubt it because more than likely we are both gonna be exhausted from that project. So y'all have fun. I will hopefully not be such a stranger, and we will catch y'all on the next one. From B&B Forge, we'll see y'all later. Bye.